want you to know that there is nothing that is happening in your life that is designed to take you out. That thing is designed to birth the best version of you. My girl, my sister, you are the woman for the job. When the enemy tried to make me feel nervous, I told the enemy, you can't have my mind today, because I'm the woman for the job.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I don't even want to say welcome to my channel because this is not what I want this space to be. This is our space. This is my space where I can just come and be myself and just speak about the things that's on my mind and on my heart. I've dedicated this space to just sharing my journey, my thoughts, and I'll be doing that all from my journal. I really did want to share the deepest parts of myself. Just want to share who I am, like on a personal and soulful level. Because just being connected to people, sharing our stories, sharing our experiences, sharing our thoughts, sharing our feelings, I've just always wanted that. And for some reason I don't want to say I've never had it, because I've definitely experienced it, but I just want to feel more love. I want to feel like more empowerment, just a sense of togetherness. And I feel like I can create that community of women. I spoke to God the other day and I asked God, I told God, I'm like, I want to have that set group of women who we all can come together and share our stories, empower each other, uplift each other, love each other, deeply, soulfully, hold each other accountable, just share experiences. I've never felt like I've really had that, just a sense of togetherness and love. I love and I just want to spread that. I want to spread myself. I just want to share myself. Like I said, this is a space that I've created that, you know, I want to cultivate. I want to build a community, a family. That's what this space will be. And I definitely, like I said, I've just been embarking on this journey of really understanding myself on a soul level, and I've been wanting to share my journey, but I'm still going throughout this process. I'm still learning different things about myself. There's still things that arise in me that I realize, like, hey, this is a problem. This is something that I need to work on. Or, hey, like, this is something that I didn't even know was there. And now I have to not only address it, but I have to face it and conquer it so that it's no longer a part of me anymore. And I'm like, I just don't feel right getting in front of a camera trying to preach to anybody about what they should be doing. I just wanted to get on here and just be myself. Like I said, just share my experience. I am Sanaya, and that's exactly what you'll get here. You'll get every part of me, every thought, every emotion, every journal entry. I would start from page 1, but there's just some things in here that, like, page 1 is literally just notes from a book that I read. But eventually it just turned into a bunch of Dear God letters. And the reason for the Dear God letters is because for me personally, it just helps me to write effortlessly without checking or criticizing my writing, because I do love to write. I'm a writer. I would consider myself a writer. But when it comes to writing down my feelings, it's hard to turn off like that need or just natural feeling to kind of like edit what I'm writing. So I just put it in, I just say, Dear God. I started with Dear God because I know, you know, no matter how hard I criticize myself, God is not judging me. So I just lay it all out before him in a letter. So I'm going to read something from here today to get us started. I just had it, but I lost it, so give me a second while I find it again. All right, so I wrote this on April the 18th, and this is what it reads. Dear God, I used to think I knew the answer to the question, what makes me happy? I would always associate happiness with going for walks, spending time with family, reading a book, and sure, depending on my tolerance for that specific thing at a specific point in time, Those are things that I might enjoy. But at this current state and process of thinking, I am associating happiness with what sets my soul on fire. That thing, no matter where I am, what I'm doing, or who I'm with, that warms my heart with pure joy. As I thought of what that might be, I drew a blank. And then I thought, as anyone would, I'm sure, why that may be. And it didn't take me long to figure that out. And here's my theory. Speaking for myself, the most freedom that one may feel is as a precious newborn baby. As a baby, I had the ability to just be, and everyone loved me just as I was. And everyone loved me just as I was. All of what I did was considered an awe moment. And quite frankly, even in my highest level of need, I did not require much. As a baby ages old enough to become curious and explore, as is one's nature to do so, the biggest and first roadblock that I am met with is my parents and or caregiver. They would much rather I be safe than explore. As I, the child, grow older than that age, I am more conditioned to choose the safer option, whatever I may understand that to be at a given point in time. From there, the child is told what to feel, when to feel it, and what to accept. One may hear things like, you should be grateful, fix your face, you don't know what you want, you're just a child, I'll give you something to cry about, stay in a child's place. And from that point, you are brought to believe that your preferences are unimportant and that your perspective is not of matter. And that you must live inside of the bounds you've been put in to be considered good and to be tolerated. What this parent type doesn't realize is that they have completed the groundwork for a system that ultimately will carry out this conditioning. They have groomed the ideal citizen, but have neglected the child. I've come to realize that when it comes to a child, more oftentimes than not, everyone is satisfying their own personal interests before considering what is in the best interest of the child. Speaking in terms of the caregiver, that would be appearing to be the ideal parent. Emphasis on appearing to be. Frequently, that validation is sought outward and not inward, meaning that you are seeking your validation from people of outside source. You're letting other people's ideas of what the ideal or acceptable parent is, control how you choose to parent your child, but not doing what you feel is best for your child. So where does that leave the child? Though through how I was parented, as well as through observed behavior from my parent, inevitably. So from your own experiences, from my own experiences based off of how I was parented, as well as the behaviors that I observed my parents doing. Inevitably, I too would seek outwardly, just like my parents did. And as I maneuver through life, I do all of which what I presume to be right from what I've observed and what I've been taught, never exploring the bounds of my being, but merely systematically conditioned to follow instruction. And so it was in asking myself, what is it that makes me happy, that I realized that my lack thereof being able to understand what makes me happy is not the only thing that I can attribute to my childhood. But it's also the not knowing who I am that I attribute to my childhood as well. Because from the time that I was a child, I was being groomed to do what was right, to do and be what was considered acceptable. You know, at the time that I was a child, nobody cared about what I felt, what I was thinking, what I wanted, what I desired, what I wanted to be when I got older, how I saw the world. Like, nobody was interested in those things. And so you start to realize, wow, okay, well, everything that comes to me by nature is being condemned. And so you start to follow the reward system. Okay, if I do this, I know that this will make my mom happy, or this will make my dad happy, or this will. And so you start to live in that. You start to do those things because you want to feel the love, or you want to feel you want to be in your parents' good graces. As you do those things, you start to kind of lose that essence of who it is that you are. You never really get to explore who it is that you really are, because you've been groomed to seek outwardly, to seek outward validation. You've let, and you don't see that as a child because you're just a child. And our parents, they just want what's best for us at the end of the day. But we have to understand that, like, this conditioning has been, it's been passed down for generation after generation, that our parents don't even realize that, to a certain extent, they don't understand who it is that they truly are. They're just repeating what it is that they've been taught. And in doing that, we're continuing this cycle of grooming